Welcome to the developer log for Project Her, a 3D horror escape room game developed by our team at the University of the Witwatersrand. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk you through the complete game experience from start to finish, showcasing the technical and creative systems that bring this horror experience to life. Project Her is built with Three.js, vanilla JavaScript, and the Rapier physics engine. Let's begin.
Or you're finished.
So we're starting in the office, your workplace. Your boss calls you with an urgent assignment to investigate a case involving the Miller family and their mansion. This immediately gives the player context and motivation. You're not just wandering around confused, you have a job to do. The first puzzle involves finding the computer password. There's a hint on the computer that directs you to search the office for a missing persons report. When you find it, the case number becomes the password for a zip file on the computer containing critical evidence about the mansion. The puzzle design here is really about exploration and making connections. You're a journalist uncovering a mystery piece by piece. Each clue builds on the last. Once you've discovered the evidence, the game triggers a capture sequence that propels you into stage 2. Now we're waking up in the mansion itself. This is where things get serious. The mansion is modeled in Blender as a complete GLTF export. Every door, window, lamp, and detail is there. The architecture is dense and complex, designed to feel like a real place you're trapped in. As you can see, we have a mini-map on screen to make navigation easier. This has been accomplished through the use of orthogonal viewpoints. As you move through the mansion, you'll notice the movement feels responsive and natural. You can walk and run, all of it tuned to feel smooth and immersive. The physics engine handles everything seamlessly. Doorways let you pass freely, while walls stay solid. It all just works. Stage 2 kicks off with your main objective. Your main objective is to find 6 research pages scattered throughout the mansion. These pages contain partial notes about the mansion's dark history. Your job is to collect all 6 and place them in the correct order on a wall to reveal the full message. Get the order wrong 3 times, and there are serious consequences. Some pages are hidden in obvious places. Others require solving minigames first. One particularly challenging puzzle is where you encounter Annie, a mischievous character who can be a friend or foe. The puzzle design forces you to explore carefully and think about your actions.
One of the key technical aspects of the game is the audio system. We use positional audio, as you heard when the phone rang in your study. It seemed to come from a specific location. Later, you'll experience proximity audio. As the monster gets closer to you, the heartbeat becomes louder and faster. The sound design is absolutely crucial to your horror experience. As mentioned before, you will discover mini-games and non-playable characters in order to obtain these pages. Here, we can see an example of such an interaction with the sofa. For this to work, it requires translating the position of the object and recalculating physics when the object is in its final position. We can now pick up this page. We see here that the player has been blocked from picking up the page and will be required to play a minigame with the mirror. The player will only be able to receive the page once they have won a game of tic-tac-toe in the mirror against the ghost. The player will now have to navigate the rest of the house in order to find the rest of the pages. Here, we enter a room and find a non-playable character named Annie, as mentioned previously. All of Annie's voices are voice acted. Selecting the right dialogue when speaking with Annie may aid you on your journey to escape this mansion. After collecting all 6 pages, the player will have to complete a puzzle to decipher them. Each symbol of the pages is parented to the page. Picking up a page allows you to pick up the symbol as well, still treating them as separate objects. This is a use of hierarchical modeling, which we will see here when placing the pages in the correct order will apply a glow effect. This is one of the many uses of hierarchical modeling used throughout the game. As you will see later, the entire mansion and the car model is entirely hierarchically modeled. You will see now that the player will be knocked out, and all lights will soon be switched off in the mansion. Our lighting system is completely dynamic. We're not using pre-baked light maps. Instead, we have real-time light sources positioned throughout the mansion. When you restore power, all these lights will activate at once, completely transforming atmosphere from oppressive darkness to harsh illumination.
As you can see, once you've tried to escape the mansion, you realize you can't. All our lights go out. As Sadi mentioned, this is our completely dynamic lighting. Now our spotlight, which acts as a flashlight, is at front and center of the screen. Here, we also have an interesting change to the game. Now our monster has spawned in. Our monster is a state-based AI system that has 5 core states. The first two being more passive, while the last 3 being more aggressive. As the monster gets close, you hear your heart beating faster. Once we complete this puzzle, we'll see that the monster's aggression level increases from completely docile to realizing that the player is in its home. Now it has entered the curious state, where it will be fine to look at the player, but will try to keep its distance. In this state, we can make the monster aggressive by either staying too close to it or even trying to chase it ourselves. After I complete this puzzle, I'll demonstrate how that might work. Here, we are pointed out to a diary which may give us a clue to look inside the fireplace. Now, as I run towards the fireplace, you'll see that I may get a bit of a heartbeat sound. The sound is a bit low, so you might not hear it. After inspecting the fireplace, you can see that there's something behind the fire. Now we're prompted to find a bucket of water to put out this fire. Here, as we get closer, we see the monster for the first time. Now, as we can see, it is in its curious behavior, not wanting to get too close to us, but at the same time, not too afraid to get a little bit close. Okay, now once we enter the kitchen, we can go find our bucket of water. This monster system uses a nav mesh. This monster uses a nav mesh to navigate, where it will use these nodes to traverse the mansion easily and fluidly without running into any of the obstacles and moving naturally throughout the mansion. As we can see, if we get too close to the monster will immediately become aggressive. Now this shows our hiding mechanic. As you hide, the monster's aggression level will decrease, not after the monster inspects the hiding spot first. This adds a level of fear to hiding and also adds more intricacy to our game. Now, instead of just a cat and mouse game, there's a bit more to it. Okay, now as we can see, the monster, although not completely aggressive, is now emboldened by our challenge. He is happy to stay close to us, but may only move when we're not looking. Now, after we've put out the fireplace, there's something that we find. We find a key. The fireplace and the other shadows are built using the built-in Three.js shadow system, where we can allow certain objects to cast shadows. In addition, we have our particle fire effect, which was just turned off by putting off the fireplace. Okay, and now as Kayla will demonstrate, we move on to our next stage in the puzzle.
So now the monster is actively hunting you. Let's look what makes it so unsettling. The creature was designed from scratch, sculpted to feel humanoid but deeply wrong. It's a twisted version of humanity that instinctively disturbs players. The model was rigged with a complete skeleton, spine, limbs, head, and hands. It's built to move expressively and naturally, which makes it more unnatural movements even more disturbing. The rigging allows for smooth blending between different animations. The monster's animations are walking, running, and attacking, but there's something important. When it's idle, standing completely still, it's far more unsettling than any animation. The perfect stillness creates dread. The creature just stands there, watching, It's intentional design. The texture on the model is detailed. The real-time lighting brings out all the surface irregularities, and you can see how the texture shifts and changes as the monster moves between lit and dark areas. The lighting doesn't just illuminate the creature, it makes it increasingly wrong. Now you need to reach the master bedroom. You have the key for this from the fireplace. It opens the door. Inside there's a safe. The hint to open it comes from the displayed time on the clock in the entranceway. You can use this time as a combination for the code.
I'll set you up. Just this once.
This is a clever puzzle design. It makes you really observe your environment. The safe contains another key, and that key will let you escape to stage 3. The progression through stage 2 is carefully structured. Each puzzle builds on the previous one. Each solution opens a new area. Each discovery escalates the threat level. By the time you reach the safe, the monster is at its maximum aggression. You're constantly being hunted as you solve these puzzles. It's not a leisurely exploration, it's survival.
Okay, so now as you've seen, you've found the key and you've opened the safe and we've retrieved the final key. So now we are in stage 3, the climax, and this takes place in the garage. Okay, and you need to get the car running before the monster catches you, and this is where all our systems come together. The car physics work through the same system as everything else. You interact with it naturally, finding fuel, fixing the engine, checking the mechanisms. The physics engine responds correctly to every interaction, so nothing feels very clunky or artificial. The performance has been pretty crucial throughout development. The game needs to run smoothly, even during intense moments like this. So we implemented light culling so that only the closest relevant lights are rendered each frame based on your graphics present. This then dramatically reduces the computational load. Material caching also helps prevent us from reloading textures unnecessarily. Quality presets adjust particle effects and update rates based on your hardware, and the result is a smooth gameplay across different devices. Okay, so now as we solve this puzzle, you'll notice that the monster's proximity audio reaches maximum intensity here. So this is where the heartbeat is pounding as the creature pursues you. Okay, so now we need to get into the car to try and escape. Okay, so when we are in the car, you can see that Annie is actually coming with us, and we need to complete a few mini games here to actually get the car started. So this is all a part of the gameplay. Okay, so now we have the car started. And there it is. We are escaping the mansion, and the monster disappears, and we drive away. Stage 3 is complete, and the game is won. Okay, so what you've experienced is a demonstration of how multiple technical systems work together to create a cohesive horror experience. The lighting creates atmosphere, the physics ensures believable interaction, the AI provides a credible, adaptive threat, the audio enhances immersion at every moment, and the puzzle design drives the narrative forward. Project Her showcases what's possible with modern web technologies. 3JS, Rapier Physics, and vanilla JavaScript gave us complete control to build something that feels polished, responsive, and genuinely unsettling.
Thank you for watching the developer log for Project Her. The game is fully playable and demonstrates the collaborative effort of an independent student team. We hope you've gained insight into both the technical depth and creative vision behind the project. From architecture and physics to lighting and audio design, from puzzle systems to monster AI, everything was built to work together. Horror is a genre that benefits from technical excellence. Every system serves the atmosphere, the tension, and the experience. Project Her is available to play. We hope you enjoy it.